I started my business when I was 20 years old. Official business, registered one, to pay also taxes, to pay all what is needed, an official one. But even before of this, I started to make kind of business ideas and try to sell and implement our stuff. I'll tell you about later. And all this time I didn't had a car, and only when I had 30 years old, like 29 to 30 years old, I had a family, baby, and we no way to survive on this public transportation in our country. If we go on a longer road, we need a car to go to our parents or to fit our needs for a family. Was harder without, and even before, when I was single, and after when we get married, and even when we had a baby for first year, second year, third year of our baby, we delayed the buying of a car because we saw it. Car is taking money out of your pocket, and it's an expense, and we better to invest in other things. And we invested, of course. I invested a lot of money in the company. I invested a lot of money in knowledge. I invested to go in America and to learn from United States and Silicon Valley, California. I invested in other things. I thought, okay, this will help me to grow. And after we received some little bit more money out of these investments, we bought our apartment. We use also credit from the bank, but very small amount. Value of the apartment right now is, let's assume, 100%, and the investment we took from the bank is 20% or 15% of that amount. So it's very small amount we took from the bank to buy the apartment. This means we are not it's not too heavy on our shoulders, this investment. And this is why I suggest, if you are even buying an apartment or something like this, you don't need to have on your shoulders too big a burden. Too much on your shoulders, too much financial pressure. And the same with a car. We didn't want a car because it will make our financially will be harder, but it will bring some benefits. And after we saw we had no way to survive, my father-in-law advised me what type of car should I buy very cheap. So I said to him, I need for a family, small, not expensive one of the most cheapest one, and it will be better to not to I don't need to invest too much in fixing the car. So all the criteria are showing, and he presented me the car I need to buy. I followed this car, and the goal was to buy cash. Don't use money from the bank, from other sources. No, to buy cash with income I will receive. So I started to monitor this car before I had the full amount of cash. So for a couple of months I am looking for this model of a car on the internet, and I saw what kind of prices, what kind of offers, and when good offer will appear, I will call, I will ask, we will go and to see the car. But unfortunately, when it's a good offer, car is disappearing in a couple of hours, and we didn't succeed to buy one of a car what was very good priced. And after following, I already give to have exams for the car. So I thought, okay, when I was 18 years old, my mom and others suggest go and have your permission to ride a car. So have your exam. No, I don't want. My goal is to buy the car later, so I don't want to tempt myself to have this permission to buy the car sooner. Actually, this was not so so good choice, because I can after was harder to get this permission. So I have a family, I had a business, I didn't have so much time to go and take the exam. It was very harder later to do this. It was easier to do it when I had a little bit more time. Okay, not a big mistake, a small mistake. And we finally found a car. I didn't succeed yet to give my exam. From fourth time after I tried, I'll get the permission. But before that, before I'll get the permission, we saw the car on the internet. We go to see it, and we buy it for $1,100. $1,100. Yes, a very cheap car from year 2000. And maybe you are interested to see the car. I'll show you in the end of this video. But yeah, this was a very good decision to don't invest too much in the car, to buy cheap and have for the needs of our family. And the need is to move from one place to another place, and this is the goal for the family. I don't want an expensive one, I don't want to invest in this car. I want to have money investing in our mind, in our family, in our priorities, but not in the car. Okay, after we bought the car, 1 month later I will have also the permission, and I bought the car cash. And I think it's the time to show you the car. And this is my little family car. It's not luxurious. It's if you'll say, okay, entrepreneur of 10 years of experience working with big clients, and yeah, you should have a little bit more luxury car. No, I don't want a more luxury car. I am willing to take my ego, or take my pressure from the society and throw it away. It's a little hard, yes. You may have this pressure when you go with a small car like this, and people look or will have a different attitude about you, and especially when you have this sign of beginners and you already grown up. No, it's okay. It's okay to have such pressure, little pressure, but you will not look at it because you have another priorities. Most of these guys who are looking, they'll have a disaster financial life. They'll spend all what they earn. They don't invest in wisely, and but you will do it differently. And this is my advice. Invest wisely your money, and don't invest in cars, in toys, in other stuff what is not worth, what is not bringing you results. I made a video about what God offered to us and how we should make this investment, what he gave us, the money, the time, the energy, all what he gave us, how we can invest it and multiply it and bring more profit. Look at this video on my channel, and I hope you will it will be useful for you to know about this, and yeah, make wise decisions about your money, and not only money. See you in another message.